I've received a lot of books in PR, so let's go through what we have in the mail, okay? Alrighty. So I think we're gonna start on this side because it's already falling off, and let's get into the box. All right. Okay, so the first book that we have. Ooh, what is that? Okay, the first book that we have is The Foursome by Christina Baker Klein. I've never heard of this book, but it looks really pretty, and I think the packaging was really pretty, so yeah. Now this package is from Penguin Random House. It was sent to my P.O. box. Okay, yes. Okay. I was just making the list of the books by Black authors that are coming out next month, and I was looking into this book and I was like, oh my gosh, I really want to get into this book, so I'm really excited for this. This is an ARC. The book comes out June 30th, and it's The Revelation of Dion Daphne by Mara Brock. Okay. Next we have A Harlem Wedding by Tiffany L. Warren. This book actually came out May 11th. I'm super excited. I've been interested lately on a lot of books in the Harlem Renaissance, so ooh, this is interesting. Python's Kiss. I think there's been a little bit of water damage on this one, but okay, I actually opened this one on accident. One of my favorite things is to get PR, but especially book PR. The Parisian chapter. Oh, this has a cool cover. Okay, so this is Julie Ann Long. It's called The Game of Rogues. One disastrous night, one devastating man, one diabolical proposition. Wait, this is, huh. Oh, this is ARC. Okay, we have The Children, a novel by Melissa Albert. The children who grew up in these books and read them later often say same things. They are darker than I remember, cruel, stranger, more haunted by longing and loss. We have the book by Lee Sung-jung, and it's called Don't Let Him In. Yeah, it's called Don't Let Him In. I haven't read this one, but I feel like I see her books all the time, so this should be a good one, and I'm sure it's like a spooky. So it says, he's the perfect man, it's the perfect lie. Comes out in June. It's called The Wash Ashores. The thing about some of these books, I don't know what they're about. Quite frankly, I honestly thought that I took my name off a lot of PR lists, but I guess not, because here we are. Oh, this book comes out in October. It's a Christmas story, and you guys know I love Christmas books. I love Christmas books. It's called Mistletoe All the Way by Lauren Blakely. I can't wait for Christmas. When it's cold, it's nice, it's cozy, and I can snuggle in my bed and not feel bad about it. But I hate the winter. I just love the Christmas spirit. Okay, this is called The Players Club by Rachel Mills. And what is it about? If you could become anyone for just one day, who would you dare to become? That's a great question. Who would I dare to become? If I could be anybody for a day, maybe Beyonce? I think I would be Beyonce for a day, just to see what it feels like. Now this is The House of Now and Then by Edward Underhill. Yeah, The House of Now and Then by Edward Underhill. I think this is a romance story. It just gives romance vibe from the cover. So, ooh. Oh. This is The Dissection of a Murder by Joe Murray. I actually didn't know that that's what Apple TV's Presumed Innocence book show was about. So this is quite interesting. Now I'm intrigued. As nothing is as it seems, and no one is telling the truth in this page-turning thriller about a young lawyer forced to defend a man on trial for murder against the mentor who taught her everything, her husband. Oh. Alright, so now we're getting onto this side. I think that we're done on that side, and now let's get into the second side. Blackfish. Where is this from? International Standard. Okay, so this book doesn't have the sender, but I assume maybe the author sent it, and they seem to be UK based. So it's called Blackfish by Speech Debel, because it's like it has pictures in it, and it's about fishing. Oh, okay. I've seen this book. So this is Love Me by Tiffany D. Cross. She's actually currently doing a book tour. The book came out May 5th of this year. There are a lot of books, you guys. I think I've done, let's see how many books we've done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's one more. Okay. 16. So we have unboxed 16 books thus far. 16. For this one, I'm in the Bloomsbury Creator Circle. I occasionally select books that I want every now and then, so I do remember selecting this book. So, Circle, yep, I remember selecting this book. So this is the arc for Renee Watson's Everything New Again book. It's a YA romance story that comes out in October. We love a good YA story. Wow, the fact that this book comes out in October and I already have it in my hands. I love a good YA story, you guys. I love, especially when it's like romance or not historical fiction or mystery thriller. I feel like it's typically good. I also remember picking this book. At least they reached out to me. I remember this one. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. I don't remember this one. Okay, so the book is Lagos Will Be Hard For You, and this is by Nigerian author Ayotola. I don't know how to say the last name, but Ayotola is the first name of the author, and I've seen this book all over my timeline, so I've been so intrigued to read it. It's already out in Nigeria, I want to say, but it comes out June 2026. In the US or the UK, I don't know, we'll see. And it's about a almost blind mother pawns her daughter off. The grieving son must bury his Muslim father in 24 hours in the thick of winter. So it's a short story collection. A doctor battles to save her partner from himself. Desperation makes a young businesswoman seek out a spiritual experience. A dominatrix wants to give her life to her sexual kings in a repressive household. The weight of the world slave is put into test during a first date in conservative Idaho. And then a boy escapes his bipolar mother. And then it says these stories are an evacuation of what it means to exist in crossroads of desire, ambition, and tradition. And the author explores the inevitable erasure of personhood when one tries to fit into hard places where injustice reigns. It was really cool. And then it came with a bookmark, which is cool. Okay, so this is Ash by Louis Wallace, or Louis Wallace, I think that's how you say her name. And it's about, it's a funny debut, and it says Thea spends her days among stubborn animals, many of which are massive or in pain, but they are not really what's causing her to feel overwhelmed. A vet at a mid-sized rural practice, she's been called back from maternity leave early to find herself awash in meetings, family mealtimes, farm visits, and her boss search for legal loopholes, and the constant care for her much-loved children, Eli and Lucy. A more contemporary fiction vibe, and it's also a really quick read. So is this the thing that I get, but you is it my phone that I don't know? Okay, so now this is My Brilliant AI Boyfriend by Taylor Hayward. AI boyfriend. I know we're living in a very AI environment, but this seems to be like a romance story. It says, in this delightful, hilarious romance, a scientist's quiet world is turned completely upside down when an AI program she designs creates a human body for himself just to ask her out on a date. Oh, but I feel like we're gonna see the rise of like all of these AI stuff in book, which is like, I guess, similar to the internet, if you must, where AI is being incorporated in books. So this seems really interesting. When did it come out? I don't know. Okay, so this is How the Story Goes by Andrew Forrester. It's from Avon Books. Alright, so this is How the Story Goes by Andrew Forrester, and it's in this heartfelt, bookish novel, a young widower of a famous child fantasy author teams up with a down-on-her-luck MFA dropout to write the final book in his late wife's series. Oh, this is... And then find their own perfect ending along the way. Oh my gosh, this is like... This is cute, but also sad at the same time. Okay, The Summer of Lost Things by Jen Bennett. This seems to be a romance. Okay. A broken friendship, an irresistible treasure, and an unforgettable summer. It's getting hot in here. Star pupil Paige Malone just finished her first year at Harvard. Dropout Seb Jansen spent the first time pumping gas for wealthy yacht owners at Lake Michigan, Mariana. They haven't seen each other for years. A shame considering that they were once inseparable childhood friends who combed their coastal hometowns' sun-kissed beaches along with a couple of other middle school pals, hunting Golden Venus, a legendary local treasure that distantly connected to Paige's family. So this is giving YA story. It's giving Friends to Lovers, but the YA version. If we were a movie, you'll be the right guy, and I'll be the best friend that you fall in love with. In the end, we're laughing, watching something. I'm just like ripping. Okay. Oh, this is a dynamic duo. Okay, so this is A Founding Mother. It's by two authors, and the authors are Stephanie Dre and Laura Cam. I'm just not gonna butcher it. Stephanie Dre and Laura K. So it's giving historical fiction from the cover, and it says in the time of the 200. Ooh, in the time. Wait. No, it's not giving historical fiction. Wait a minute. Okay. In time for the 250th anniversary of the birth of the United States comes a sweeping, intimate portrayal of Abigail Adams, wife of one of the president and mother to another. Oh, okay, it is historical fiction. Okay. In the heart of revolutionary Boston, Abigail raises her children amidst riots, blockades, and outbreak of war. It's about Abigail Williams, John Adams' wife. A fearless patriot, first lady, and a formidable force behind two presidents. Okay, so I know people say I read everything. I do read everything besides fantasy. That's one thing I do want to get into, but I think historical fiction next to romance has to be like one of my faves, because it's like you get to learn about history but still like have it in that fiction space where it's not too heavy. Sometimes historical fiction can be too heavy, but I don't know, I just really enjoy it. Because it's like I'm following a story. Like I feel like if I was just reading a history book, like it's not the same, you know? Okay, now this is like giving summer vibe. It's called Down with the Shipmans by Meg Mitchell-Moore. So it's giving like a summer vibe from the cover, if y'all can see it. Hopefully y'all can see it. It says, this is a summery drama following three sisters who return to their childhood home, each with their own secret. And it says, it's the week of 4th of July and the Shipman sisters are returning to their picturesque summer home on the New Hampshire coast for what they believe is a family reunion. I thought, okay, yeah, so this is more like contemporary fiction. It's not literary fiction. Or at least it doesn't give literary fiction, it gives more content. Contempt. Okay, the title of this is A Very Vexing Murder. A very vexing murder. Okay, a witty debut that reimagines Harriet Smith, the gullible sidekick of Jane Austen's Emma, as a Spitfire conwoman hired to break off an engagement, a cover murder. And then it says, is a killer lurking in the idyllic country domain of Emma Woodhouse. A Very Vexing Murder. I like that title. I really do. I actually do. Vex. Oh my gosh, we're almost done. Almost done. Okay, so this is called The Supper Club Saints. And it's sisterhood, forgiveness, and a quest to be the perfect mother. This is what it looks like. It says, a moving, deeply heartfelt story of two generations of women navigating complexities and joys of motherhood in a small town in Wisconsin. Cass Simon never expected to return to a small town in Wisconsin, not after escaping the life inside a cult like, ooh, wait. And then there's something about being a online mom influencer. I like that. Now we have the last package, which is so sad. So sad. The legendary 3. I've read 2 fantasy books and I've never like loved fantasy. However, when Simon Teen reached out to me that they wanted to send me the copy of Tracy Deonn books, I said yes. I said absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So I have all 3 books in my hands. in my hands. Shout out to Simon Teen. I love them so much. So I'm excited to get into these. I've heard nothing but amazing things about Tracy Dion's book, and I have Legendborn. I have Blood Marked, and then I have Hopebound. Based off what I know, I think that Legendborn is the best for what people say, and then there's Hopebound, and then there's Blood Marked. So I'm really intrigued to read these and get into this. I've never been a fantasy girl, but everyone says this is a great place to start. So yeah. Okay, so now let's count how many books that we have in total, because it's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 29 books later. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Am I gonna read all 29? That's another story for another day. Okay, so anyway, thank you guys for watching this amazing book haul, and I will see you guys later. Bye.